Good morning. I am coming to you today to show you how we are using some of our fun schooling books and turning them into units. I used these bins from Michaels that we got for, they were on sale for $8.99. I think they're normally about $12.99. And they work really well. They have little trays in them, so if you have smaller things that you want to put on top, maybe art supplies or flashcards or anything like that, they're super useful. Or sometimes if I have so many books and resources, I will take the tray out and just use the bin without it. So without further ado, this is our All About Money, Business and Economics unit. We also threw in investing just because it's kind of in the realm of money and business and economics. So I have two kids. I've got a 10-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy. And my 10-year-old works, with the exception of math, about a year above her level. So they're pretty easy to combine on most things. They do their math and language arts separately, but we combine most of our other units together. So I made 2 full copies of this book, and you'll see in some of my other videos that I make that we don't always make 2 full separate copies. I do different things with different ones depending on what my goal is. But in this case, this book is really awesome. It has a lot of good information. It covers a lot of topics, and I wanted to make sure that both of them got the full effect of it. If you have not seen a flip through of this, I have posted one on my YouTube page, and you can go back and take a look at that. You might find that very helpful. So the goal of this one is to kind of share with you what I have purchased to go along with this unit. So you'll see a variety of levels in here. My daughter's really into picture books still, even though she can read at a much higher level. So I kind of try to get a variety of levels in here. So this is the No Nonsense Guide to Money, an awesomely fun guide to the world of finance. And these no nonsense guides are just kind of neat in general. So it goes through one is money, earning, saving, spending, borrowing. So this really overlaps very well with the first section, the first section of the money book. It's got beautiful pictures. It's just enough information, but not overwhelming. So I think this will be a good one for her to use. And just so you know, the book does recommend using the Penny Candy book, the Uncle Eric one, and I have it on order. It's on its way. So this one's the Everything Kids Money book. And this one has a little bit more of like a workbook feel to it. The pages are very thin, and I know some of their other ones have like actual activities. Yeah, see, here's a fun activity. Come commemorate somebody you think should be remembered or celebrated. Draw your own coin. So it's kind of neat because it's got some, and because there is so much space inside the journals, they could probably even find a spot inside the journal where they can, do some of these activities. So that's a peek inside that guy. And then we have Not Your Parents' Money book, Making, Saving, and Spending Your Own Money. So this is more of a little bit heavier chapter book, but still not awful. Totally readable. It talks about, it basically starts explaining money and then tells kids how to earn it, save it, and spend it. Or not spend it, hopefully. And then this one is called Growing Money. So this is where we're getting into the investing a little bit. It's a complete investing guide for kids. And this has the same feel as that Everything Kids book. It's really thin paper. I'm not sure if it's even perhaps by the same company, but so this one talks about bonds and stocks and markets and such. So we're taking the topics in here and expanding on them just a little bit. This will be kind of at the tail end, maybe after we finish the workbooks, we'll pull out these investing books. This is the Usborne Managing Your Money book. I am a huge fan of Usborne. I love their books. I've never been disappointed by any of them. They cover a lot of great topics. They're very readable. They're very appealing visually. We also have the Tuttle Twins series. So we have read, I think, the first 4 in this series, and they're really good. We can do them in one sitting. I'll do a flip through of one in just a second so you can see how long they are. So it doesn't feel like it's anything too overwhelming. They cover great topics, just enough to kind of get the point across and not be overwhelming. They're nicely done. They're written at a great level for the kids. They're fun to read, lots of color, but they tell a story in a very, he uses a lot of analogies, so the kids can just really relate to them. So we like these, and we will be finishing the series. We've done, like I said, I think 4 of them. At the end of this last year, when my son ended up coming home, he used to public school, and obviously everything shut down. And so we had an opportunity to kind of spend some family time in the morning and go through some things that we hadn't been making it to. Now, because my son is 13, I also got these, which are the next level in the Tuttle Twins series. And these ones are written for the older children, and they are like a choose your own adventure book. So once they have learned the basics, then they get to kind of put them into action and read at a little bit of a higher level. So we'll be moving into these if we finish the other ones. There are 3 at this point that I know of, and we've got all of them. And just because we enjoy games, they do have a Tuttle Twins collaborative story game. So there are 126 cards in here, and you literally, it's all the characters from the books that you've read, and you get to make up stories with them. So that's just kind of a fun way to put into action stuff that we've got. Okay. This is the Infographic Guide to Personal Finance, and this is one of the more advanced books. We probably will not read it cover to cover, but we can topically look things up, and I like how visual everything is. It makes it very easy to comprehend what they're showing you. Which insurance do you need? Tips on spending at the grocery store. What's in a credit score? There's a whole section of testing, stocks, markets, questions, moving expenses. Let me see if there's a, here we go. Let's look at the table of contents. So you've got budgeting and saving, spending, debt and credit, investing, housing. That's it. So this will be actually a pretty good overlap with most of the topics that are in here as well. All right. I really like this series of books. I have a number of them. I have the science one, I have this one, and I think there's a technology one that basically shows how things work, which is pretty cool. So this has money basics, profit making and financial institutions, so evolution of money, corporate accounting, financial instruments, markets, and institutions. This is by DK, by the way, this series. Government finance and public money, personal finance, so this is probably a lot that's going to overlap. We've got worth, wealth, and income, investments for income, wealth building, managing investments, pensions, retirement, debt, money in the digital age. And the way it works is it's also very visual, kind of like the infographic one that I showed you. This is talking about bartering, IOUs, money, kind of the history of money, right? And everything is in a picture form, and then they have explanations of what you're looking at. So this series of books is one that I've kind of really fallen in love with because it is so simply explained, but it actually goes quite deep and covers a lot of information. So I highly recommend this series by DK. If this is not one that you're familiar with, check it out. The science book is just as cool. Just, I mean, a wealth of information in a very accessible manner. So I don't know if you're familiar with Robert Kiyosaki. I didn't grab it, but we actually have the Rat Race game, which we have played numerous times with our kids, which is fabulous. And then this is Learn How Money Works and Become a Rich Kid by him as well. And this is, let me see if I can. So this is in a comic format. So very readable for the kids to do on their own when I send them off. And it takes, I don't know if you've read his original book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but it basically takes you through a visual story of that, where he, meets the rich dad across the street and kind of learns about investing and how the other dad taught him about investing, or how to make money basically and escape the rat race. So that is just a kid's version of it. More Usborne. I told you I like Usborne, Understanding Money. So this one goes into the story of money. How money works, the story of money in the bank, earning and borrowing, spending, growing and giving, governments and money, and big questions. And as per usual Usborne fashion, it's beautifully illustrated, lots of nice colors, good thick pages. And I know some of these books overlap a little bit, but my kids have extremely different learning styles and interests, and they will probably be working on the same units at the same time. So this way they can find a book that addresses the topic in a manner that they find most appealing. I love books anyway, so I don't mind having them on hand. I read them, they read them, we use them for research. And then this one is how to turn $100 into $1 million. So this is about earning, investing, and saving. And I actually read a review on Amazon where a guy got it for his 3 kids, and he told his kids once they were done reading this book, he would give them $100 to invest on Robinhood. So I kind of thought that was really cool. So like I said, once we finish this unit, we are going to go into the investing portion. And I kind of think that might be a really neat motivator to get them to read through this and learn about investing. So the topics are why a million, think like a millionaire, set financial goals, make a budget, 5 ways to get money, get a job, start a business, save, 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 the power of compound interest, investing, how not to become a millionaire, get going. So this one too, I don't know if you have seen it says get a job, start a business. So we are doing researching careers and then also entrepreneurship unit. So this will overlap with those. And the careers one does go with one of the fun schooling books. So I'll share that with you as well in another video. So this one just has a lot of information about money, saving, investing. And then last but not least, I'm a Shareholder Kit. So this is the basics about stocks for kids and teens. So here's the contents. I'm a Shareholder, Economics 101, Stocks, Stuff, and Investing Basics. So it goes through and explains kind of what a shareholder is. Stock certificates. It's extremely visual, not overly wordy. Talks about different businesses. Flip into the back. It even goes into price to earning ratios and how to determine profit. So very interesting. So that is our lineup for our money unit. I hope you found this information useful and helpful, and I hope you have a beautiful day.